Good morning. It's Iconoclast Gamer with another with our second unboxing of the day. I'm gonna turn my camera here. I'm literally unboxing, and um, this is Aliens. Just a Kickstarter. I just got this like Monday. The Evolved Edition, which is basically edition two of the Aliens RPG from Free League. Yeah, from Free League. So, um, yeah, we're gonna empty this box out and go through this stuff. First of all, I like the little fun things with this. So we got a Weiland-Yutani Corp dice bag, building better worlds. It's fake leather pleather. It's got that leathery kind of feeling, but it's got a flat bottom. Put coffee cup in there if you want. Put the light back on. And then you got basic dice set, a stress dice set, some pins, which I don't know what these are pins for. I don't know if that's for missions or being on a particular ship, planets. But there's pins, and then this seems to be a thing with companies nowadays is putting on patches. Um, in the previous one you saw with Planet of the Apes, there was a patch. A lot of mothership um, games are throwing in patches as add-ons, so you could get into this collector's thing of getting just all these patches for all these different games. So it's cool stuff. I'm gonna put that in there. And the first box off the top was some miniatures. I had to get the minis because you got to get the aliens. Here, just turn off that light again. So we've got a couple of aliens. We got Ripley and the exoskeleton. Well, I don't know if it's exactly Ripley, but it's got an exoskeleton. We got a bunch of different people. Move over Dungeons and Dragons. Free League has released Alien the role playing game, and is as great as it is terrifying. Skirmish rules, nice for anybody who likes Warhammer. Minis. And I like all these other unboxes. I have not seen a single thing out of this. I'm opening it with you here, having fun. So this would be our mother. If you remember, that's the computer from Alien. This is our GM screen. So here's the pictures on the outside. And our screen on the inside. Actions, close combat, action, skill roll, stealth sequence, ranged combat, panic response. Good stuff. When you start hearing that blip on your motion tracker, badness ensues. What do we got here? Role playing game. Okay, so I pretty much went all in on this thing. I don't. There might have been more for minis. Actually, I shouldn't open this one. This is the collector's edition. So we've got kind of a Geiger-esque. Oh, let's turn that off again. A Geiger-esque type cover, and being the head, it looks like arms, like in that ship in Alien. I'm going to leave this in the plastic because it is the collector's edition. And generally, I don't shoot for collector's editions because it's collector's. Why would you use it? Here we go. Look at that picture. We got a face hugger, Marine with a flamethrower. The Evolved edition from Free League. The Alien RPG Evolved Edition expands upon the original experience and provides an updated and revised version that will feel fresh for rookie and veteran players alike. The expanded core rulebook contains new artwork, new content, and various new tools for players and game mothers alike, at fully compatible with all fully compatible with their previous releases. Releasing exciting new features. It was Anywhere gold for the best game. I think that was the original version. Space combat track. All right, so light back on. So just over another one that's just over looks about 315 pages. I like the maps on the inside. I like books that use like the inside covers, even if it's usable or not. It's just a nice effect. You know, so three world empire, the Union Progressive Peoples, the United Americans, Independent Core System colonies, the Outer Rim, the Outer Veil, Core System, Sol, going to be Earth, for those of you who don't know. All right, Space is Hell. There you go. What's the story, Mother? Frontier life, campaign, careers on the frontier, role-playing alien, game modes, key themes, tools of the game, creating your character, skills and talents description, stealth and combat, gear and tech, chapter 5, hard life amongst the stars, space travel, living in space, being the game mother, so how to run the game, the different factions, government corporations, systems and planets, the alien species, chapter 10, xenomorphs, neomorphs, harvesters, lionworms, Tanakan scorpionids, the swarm, and then campaign play if you want to do long running campaign. We got appendices, creating a survivor. Can't lie about your chances, but you have my sympathies. Great. That's one thing I do love about Free League 2 is especially their use of art and kind of getting it down. We got a timeline again, and look at this. It definitely gives you that feel, from Aliens, that wet, that just oppression, the rain, the darkness. You can't see, you can't get a full grasp of what's going on. Careers, key themes. It's horror, space horror. Yep, if you've seen the movies, you know. Tools of the game, we get dice, cards, you have tools, creating a character. It's a great picture. Getting too close. Let's see. Developing your character, Colonial Marine. What are we going to do? Do it fast. Colonial Marshal, Company Agent. Yep, Paul Reiser paid very seamy. Corporate jerk. Kid, medic. You can play a kid. Officer. Pilot. Roughneck. Scientist. Skills and talents. Some great pictures. Oh, and you got the alien up here in the corner. The dude's just leaping. Opposed roles, skills, more picks, talents, stealth and combat. Run express elevator to hell. Going down. Game over, man. Game over. Panic rolls. Panic is a big thing in here. Stress levels. And it should be in any horror game. There should be a mechanic in there for just driving fear and just losing your bowels because you're just scared. You can't see what's coming. You don't know what it is. You get a picture of it briefly, and it's just terrifying. It's kind of, I think, why I find an affection towards cosmic horror, Lovecraft, and some of the gothic horror out there because it's like Hitchcock. You don't show the gore. You let the mind create it, and you let your watchers and your readers create that vision of what that looks like, and it's scary. So we got a bunch of gear. Hard life amongst the stars. There are other worlds in this one. If there is no air to breathe, we will simply have to make it. Peter Weiland. The other thing I always kind of liked is the hint that, and there's been much discussion on the internet about this, the hint that Blade Runner and Tyrell Corp is related competitor to Weiland-Yutani, and that these worlds are all connected. I don't, that definitely wasn't Philip K. Dick's idea with the, with writing "Do Androids Dream in Their Sleep," but with Ridley Scott, kind of adding in. I guess there's a couple of other movies. Is it Soldier, where they show one of the spinner cars as rubble. That's a cool picture too. See, with the floating car. I haven't looked into this. I just opened this up, but if there's discussion on Tyrell Corp, that would be cool. So I've always wanted to kind of combine the games and do a cyberpunk, because Blade Runner is definitely a cyberpunky kind of thing. Cyberpunk Blade Runner / Aliens, where you could have bio altered replicants, setting in off world wars. And you're fighting these aliens or escaping, or you just combine them all together. The Marines have to go chase down an ex replicant war criminal, and they stumble across aliens. Holy crap. So I'm not really doing much of a review. I'm looking at the pictures. There's a lot of information here again, filled with stuff to be able to build great campaigns, build great characters. You get lots of stuff for environment and the feel of it. Just for the pictures alone, so desolate. It's always just like there's nobody around. You're the only thing. You could fit in the Thing with this. John Carpenter. That's great for give you sizes. I would think the Queen seemed a little bit larger than that, but xenomorphs, stages. Okay, so this is the core book. I still got a bunch more to go through here. So, even that's like cosmic horror. Thing's so huge. Jackson Star. Looks like we got a game you could play here. Some stuff, things to use and start off with the game in the core book, which is always good. Last Survivor. Using timers. I've really liked the idea of timers, and that's new to me. It probably isn't a new idea, but it's been talked about with various systems and using these timers, and I think it's fantastic, especially as a mechanic to get your players kind of motivated into action if they're not sure what they're going to do. Like, okay, we got this timer. As you pause, I'm going to tick down this timer one more. So you got three ticks left, and then something bad's going to happen, or you've got 5 ticks left, and you escape. I think that's a great mechanic, and being a player mainly. But I would love to use that in anything else that I run, which is the goal of all this. I wouldn't mind running games, playing games. So we've got a starter set and Rapture's Protocol Cinematic Adventure. We'll run through these real quick too. I am super duper excited, especially with all these IPs, and I mentioned that one of the other videos. Dune, Alien. I really loved. I haven't read all the Discworld series, but what I have read is just absolutely wonderful. What else do I got over here? Blade Runner, Fallout's been fun to play. Dune. All of these are things that I grew up watching. Well, not Fallout, but grew up watching, and I would just love to be a part of, a game system. Jonesy. Sorry. First picture is a cat on these cards. Jonesy. Although it's not a tab, use it. Yeah, who cares? Mazarin ships cat. So we've got some personal agendas. With York, Martinez, Weiss, Jeffers, and we got some NPC cards. So we've got some basic information on playing these characters. Always a catalog with Free League. Their marketing is always great. Let's see. I've got that coming. These are all both in Kickstarter modes. I have the adventure. There's a superhero one that's coming out. There's some additions to this that's coming out. Is it Angels of Fire? I don't have any of the Lord of the Rings stuff yet. You have Dragonbane. Don't know about this one. License, great stuff. Electricity, Tales of the Loop. Yup. These are all V games that I can. Forbidden Lands. I have. Morkborg. The other one I'm interested in is Death in Space. Another space horror. I guess it's closely related to Event Horizon. So we got some counters, markers, tokens. A Rapture Protocol. So this is a game, campaign, module, however you want to call that. Some good pictures in here. We got some maps, props, some screens. Hopefully I'm not giving away stuff. I don't want to get in trouble for showing too much. You really need to go buy this stuff. We got bigger sheets. Yep. So we got NPCs, personality lazy. Benjamin York, Isla Witt, Martina Martinez, Eve Weiss, Medical Officer Dominic Jeffers. Some maps. And then bigger maps for all the tokens. And these are solid. I mean, this is thick. This is thick stuff. This will last you a while. So this is just a blown up version of what was in the book, where you can go. There's a chair for Mother, right there. Hypersleep compartment. It's all similar stuff that we've seen, which is really cool. You got visuals to kind of go with, tying into your experience with the movies. Something ominous. It looks like something out of Prometheus. Something on that side. And like a smaller version, probably for the players to hold on to. So lots of very cool maps, very dense paper. We got NPC or pre-generated, so you can just right out of the box just start getting it slaughtered by having a great time with aliens, because we're heroes. Everybody's got to survive, right? Everybody lives in aliens. Yeah, right. All right, last box. This is going to be another long one, I think. Another long video. So cool cover. I like that. Kind of spaceship. We got the aliens standing behind 3 saps. This is Starship Hope's Last Day. We got some cards. Not sure what the cards are for. We're going to find out though. Alright. So we got stress response. Oh, good. See, once again, and I also like having cards in front of me. So you've got your conditions. Let's see, some more agendas for the characters in here. We got initiative cards, which are cool. I saw that with D&D. Playing a game where you hand out the cards so you can keep track of what your order is. We got cheat sheets on weapons. Cool. All probably end up buying a second deck so that way I have one that doesn't get destroyed while it's being used. That's what I've done with most of my cards, honestly. More dice, because you can never have enough dice. All you dice trolls out there know what I'm talking about. Smeagol. We got a complimentary alien in the box set. That's awesome. If I had the time and the patience anymore, I would love to paint. I would love to paint these. That would be so cool. Universal supply die. Huh. It's a dial, but I'm not sure. It's got to be a turn order or something like that. How long before Judgment Day comes? Like a counter. What else we got? All right. A plethora of maps. And get started. So this is our opening. Oh, this is all the. I wonder if I'm missing. I may or may not have put my name in here. These are all the people that participated in the Kickstarter. That's a lot of people. Yep. Here's my name. I'm giving it away. It's supposed to be anonymous. I'm the Iconoclast Gamer. Maybe we should start putting that in there. Let's see. Reference cards. Rules reference. Oh, nice. So you can hand these out to all your players. Gives you what a skill roll does. Actions, quick actions, the actions you can use, how to roll, stealth sequence, stress response, panic response. I love things. You don't have to use them, but I love having them. It's just makes flow a whole lot easier. So here we got the breakdown on the rules because it's a starter set. So here's the short book of rules, which is cool. Once again, I dig the art. Here's the actual adventure book. So if you're not Mother, GM, don't look. Spoilers. Our pre-generated sheets: Morgan, Janice, Hannah, Sunny, and Holroyd. Oh, mechanic. All right. He is an android. You are a Weiland-Yutani android. You've been on LV-426 for 2 years. One of these, yeah, I think it was saying you're taking place on the planet Aliens before all of that happened. So it doesn't look good for you. All right, another super dense map. Oh, this is a great map. This is a map of the universe from the inside cover of the core book. And we got, I know it's upside down. We got a map of where the characters are going to go. We got another map with some rooms, level 1s, level 2s. That looks like the shuttle from the Nostromo. And then a smaller version, something to hold on to for the players, I think. All right, so there we have it. Alien, the Evolved Edition. And there is a store down in Denver. And I'm in Colorado. Store in Denver that often plays Alien. And one of these days I will make it there because I really want to play. It's a bit of a drive from where I live to get there. But they like playing, especially Free League stuff. And they're really big on Pirate Borg. But that's not all they do. But they seem like a super nice group of guys. And I wouldn't mind getting down to playing. So thank you once again. Hit like and subscribe, ring the bells, do all the things you guys know how to do. You all know what you're doing. Comment on Alien. Did you like the movie series? Did you like the TV series I was just on? I only saw a few episodes and I wasn't impressed. I talk about games, not movies. All of the movies did you like? Would you play this game? Who would you play it with? Would you play in a dark basement by candlelight? Yeah, put your comments down below. Like everybody says, it helps the algorithm. And I'm just starting out here. Hopefully, I'll get better videos and not so grainy. learn how to use my lights. So, thank you much for watching, and we'll see you next week.